Hi everyone, it's Julie here from the Two Mayos, and today Sebastian and I are going to be making a vegan choc bubble slice.
Hi!
Now to start off with, what do we need, Sebastian?
We need to cut all the dates.
Yep, to get out the what?
Pips.
Yep, alright, so we're going to do that. You need roughly 20 to 25 Medjool dates, nice and fresh. Cut them or pull them apart and get out the pips. Once you've taken all the pips out of the dates, you put them in the food processor. I couldn't live without my food processor. I use it all the time for cooking. That's it, Sebastian. We grab our peanut butter. I like the crunchy type because it adds some crunch into the slice. We put about a half a cup. I tend not to measure things, so I do like a few good gooey scoops. Does that look good, Sebastian?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good. Do we get to lick the spoon? Mm-hmm. Yum, we love our peanut butter. All right, a good squeeze of vanilla bean paste or vanilla essence. Squeeze that in. And then we pop the lid on. Give it a good pulse. Every now and then you want to stop it, so press the button, Bastion. Just have a look. Might need a scrape down on the sides. That one's looking pretty good. And we press it again. That's it. So you probably want to do this for about a minute until it binds. If you find that it's not binding into a nice claggy ball, you can put a little bit more peanut butter. There we go, it's starting to go now. Let's have another look. Oh, I think maybe just a little bit more, Sebastian. That's great.
As you can see, it's done into this.
That's right, we get out a bowl and we put it all in there. That's it, I might help you with that. All right, now it's time to get our hands dirty. Rice bubbles. Now you can use puffed rice. I like using the rice bubbles because it gives it a nice crunch. Yet again, measurements aren't my strength, but I'd really say, about a cup or maybe just over of rice bubbles. And we massage the rice bubbles into the date mixture.
As you can see, the mix is all massaged.
It's all mixed up, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now we get some baking paper and you can just line a dish. I find a nifty little trick is if you cut the corners, 4 slices, 2 on each side, the baking paper sits in there nicely. And we pour the mixture in, get all the last little bits, and we push it down.
As you can see, it's all pressed down.
And it's ready for the chocolate to go on top. Now, I love using a really good quality dark chocolate. Pico, you can get it from Woolies and Coles. It is a vegan chocolate. If you don't need to go vegan, you can just get any dark chocolate. So I think we only need 1 block, and we'll break it up, pop it in a bowl. This just puts really nice gooey chocolate top. Let's break up the pieces. We're going to melt this.
As you can see, the chocolate is melted. You should put it on about for 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Pour it over the top. So we just tend to melt our chocolate in the microwave because it's a lot easier. You might need to get a spoon, Sebastian, and just scoop out the rest. So good, melted chocolate. That's it. I love cooking with my kids, especially making healthy treats. The good thing about this slice, it can freeze, which is awesome. It can go on lunch boxes if your school allows nuts, or just for a really nice afternoon snack. That's it. Spread it all across. Good. We're going to pop this into the fridge and then probably leave it for about half an hour so the chocolate sets, and then we'll cut it into pieces. So we've just taken it out of the fridge, haven't we, Sebastian? Mm-hmm. It was in there for about probably 30 minutes. We take it out.
It can be flat or wired up.
Slice it. Nice and easily. It's good just to slice it when the chocolate's still a little bit melted, because then it cuts really nicely. And you get out a piece, don't you? You can show them. Which piece do you want to show them? This one? Really yummy. And you can eat it right up. Thanks everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and do the thumbs up. Thanks, Sebastian. Have a great day.